What's the matter, Donald? You're having a terrible Easter. Is it because millions of people across the world and in the United States protested your regime once again this weekend? Is it because your approval is plummeting? Americans think you're handling the economy disastrously? Is it because, Donald, no countries want to cut a deal with you because you've extorted them over and over again? Is it because little kids are going to the protests and mocking you and mocking your regime? Why is it, Donald? Is it because Easter is a time when people spend the day with their family and show love and empathy, and you don't know what that means? All you have is vile hate in your heart. Here's what Donald Trump is posting this morning on Easter. Donald Trump posts, "Happy Easter to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, the mentally insane and well-known MS-13 gang members, and wife beaters back into our country." Pause. Donald, you are a felon. You, Donald, are a criminal 34 times over, 34 felony counts. Donald, you are a sexual abuser. You were found liable for sexual assault. Hey, Donald, you are a fraud. I think if anyone needs to go to El Salvador, frankly, it's you and other criminals in your regime. But I digress. Let me keep on reading. Trump goes, "Happy Easter also to the weak and ineffective," and he puts that in caps, "judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation to continue, an attack so violent it will never be forgotten!" Exclamation point. Sleepy Joe Biden purposefully blah, 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 wah, wah, wah. Like a little baby. No offense to little petulant babies, Donald, because they have far more maturity than you. But yes, Donald, it's what? A 9-0 Supreme Court ruling saying, you know what? We are a nation of due process, facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. Is that the radical left ineffective judges you're talking about, Donald? Or how about the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal judge, Judge Wilkinson, a Reagan appointee whose law clerks go on to work at the Supreme Court, someone who's viewed as one of the biggest conservative judges in this country, said that what you are doing is so unlawful and authoritarian, and wrote one of the most scathing opinions ever. Is that one of these leftist ineffective judges? Or maybe, Donald, you're a felon, you're a criminal, you're a fraud, you're a liar. Heck, even Justice Alito's dissent and that emergency order blocking the additional group of victims in Texas, the migrants, to be sent to the concentration camp in El Salvador, he was saying you need to comply with the order to provide due process to each of the migrants. Justice Alito, though, said, well, we believe that the Trump administration is going to do that, and he's going to follow our order, while 7 other justices of the Supreme Court said, we don't trust you, Donald. Donald Trump went on to post the following on Easter morning. "We are together going to make America bigger, better, stronger, wealthier, healthier, and more religious than it has ever been before." And then he puts this in caps because he's a deranged, demented lunatic. "Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Well, why don't we go in reverse order there, Donald? You want to make America more religious? This is coming from, again, you, a sexual abuser, somebody who brags about sexually assaulting women, and you say because you're rich, they let you get away with it, and then you go and speak in front of a group of young Republican teenagers and say that you heard that was one of the most courageous things you've ever done, calling sexually harassing women locker room talk, and that makes you a strong person. Okay, let's keep going. Healthier, you appoint an anti-vaxxer, RFK Jr., to say the most hateful things about autism, to already spread lies, and now we have measles outbreaks throughout the country as you gut the NIH, CDC, and as you attack people's Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. Wealthier. Hey, Donald, the last time I looked at the market, markets. They are down significantly, down off their highs under former President Biden. In terms of wealthier, have people look at their 401ks and pensions and life savings. I think the facts, Donald, although you don't live in facts, you live in fraud, speak for themselves that you are a disaster on the economy. So no wonder the new CNBC poll shows your approval on the economy dropping to the lowest of even your first term as well, lower than it even was during COVID. Oh, by the way, Donald, your approval rating among Republicans and GOP-leaning independents has fallen 15% at this point. 15%, Donald. America absolutely hates you. We're going to make us stronger. We're weaker by far. You have China now cutting deals with Japan, South Korea, Europe, Australia. You have NATO looking elsewhere. America is isolated as a pariah regime viewed by the world as even weirder than Kim Jong-un, Donald. So definitely didn't make us stronger. And you're going to make us bigger and better, Donald. In what way? By threatening to annex and conquer our allies who are now boycotting the United States of America's products and tourism. Our tourism is down so significantly from Canada and Europe and elsewhere. It's going to cost our nation at least $90 billion. And frankly, I think it's going to be more than that. But you don't care, Donald. There you are with Elon Musk and your billionaire buddies writing your stupid tweets and your dumb posts on Easter like a petulant little 3-year-old. No offense to petulant 3-year-olds.
This time of year, it's time to shake off those winter blues and get ready for a fresh start, and that includes your hair. I've been using the Iristore Elite, and I've got to say I was skeptical at first, but this thing is legit. I pop it on when I'm watching TV or answering emails, completely hands-free, super comfortable, and honestly, kind of relaxing. Over time, I started noticing less shedding and more regrowth, especially around my temples where I noticed a little bit of thinning. I've tried other LED devices before, but none of them felt this effortless or gave me these kinds of results. The Iristore Elite is in a league of its own with 282 lasers and LEDs that deliver light therapy right to your scalp. It's like a spa day for your hair follicles. So give yourself the gift of hair confidence this spring. For a limited time only, our listeners get $625 off their iRestore Elite when you use code Meidas at irestorelaser.com. That's $625 off your iRestore Elite at irestorelaser.com with promo code Meidas, MEIDAS. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hair loss is frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone. Thanks to iRestore.
Oh, and then you posted this morning. You posted State Regime Media Fox. And here's the chyron from Fox. Experts warn China poised to interfere in Trump tariff deal with EU. I want you to watch this video that Donald Trump posted. I'm only going to show you like 30 seconds of it because the Fox host goes, what a difference an administration makes. China is so frazzled. They're so scared of the United States. They're now cutting deals with the European Union and they're blocking Donald Trump from doing deals with the European Union on tariffs. Look how good Donald Trump is doing. I'm watching this and I'm like, look, North Korea is watching this and saying, could we get these people to help Kim Jong-un? Here, watch this.
Fox News contributor and author of The 100-Year Marathon, Michael Pillsbury, joins us now. Michael, always great to have you on. So, first of all, what a difference a president makes. I've never seen China on the hot seat like this in a long time. Tell us what you're seeing and what you expect with this, potentially seeing China interfere with this EU trade deal, because it seems like that's the only way they can go.
Well, the Chinese want a much better deal with the Europeans than they have with us.
But y'all see what's going on there, right? The European Union's like, why would we cut deals with you, Donald, an extortionist? Okay, the European Union sent its chief negotiator to talk about the tariffs and left saying, what the hell is Donald Trump even talking about? Japan's chief negotiator left the White House without a deal, saying, what are these crazy people in the White House even talking about? Trump can't even cut deals with our allies on these reciprocal tariffs, which are based on a fake and fraudulent formula. Surprise, surprise, the fraud makes fraudulent formulas to attack allies more than adversaries. And by the way, that formula was not applied to Russia. It was not applied to the Taliban, but it was applied to to the European Union and to penguins and to our own military bases on foreign islands. Absolutely ridiculous. And speaking of absolutely ridiculous, on Easter, here's the headline from Politico: Bonkers crazy pants. American diplomats shaken by reports of new State Department cuts. Purported executive order by Donald Trump, which is going to be released this week, calls for slashing State Department offices and bureaus, overhauling how diplomatic posts work, getting rid of like all of these diplomatic outposts that promote democracy in Africa and Europe and elsewhere. One U.S. diplomat described the draft to Politico as bonkers crazy pants. You could give infinite monkeys infinite typewriters and they would come up with something better than that. And this follows the State Department shutting down its foreign offices to block Russian disinformation because Secretary of State Marco Rubio, in an actual release, this is real, says protecting and championing free speech at the State Department, that Russia's disinformation campaign in the U.S. is a form of free speech that should be promoted. That's in his release right there. There you have it. Trump's Easter. We'll keep you posted with more here on the MeidasTouch Network. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having us here at the MeidasTouch Network in your homes on this Easter day. For all who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. To those who celebrate Passover, happy last day of Passover. For all of those just enjoying the weekend, enjoy your weekend. We appreciate your support so much. And hit subscribe and let's get to 5 million subscribers. Have a good one.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.